back at it again. And right now, what we about to go through right now is, I'm stopping right there. We about to live there and go through what the world has turned into. What's up, old Chris Cheney? Oh, this is old John, dog. When you get a chance, dog, hit me up. 1-1, homie. Peace out. But yeah, like I was saying, though, it is what it is when you look at the truth is in you to know what the truth is in you. And if you don't know what the truth is to you being here, if you don't know the divine way that you came here, and you not knowing that engaging is sacred when two people become one, between a man and a woman, the woman and the man, the opposite sex attract. That's the truth, how that works, and that's the plain facts to the beginning of civilization. For you just to give your body away, man or woman, it's all because you was taught not to be smart. You was taught to be stupid. Like right now, I'm watching the Liberty, the new sex revolution on Netflix. Liberty. 2 dots. The new sexual revolution. It's the not knowing the person that you're sleeping with, to be having sex with, to not be making love to just be fucking, plain old fucking having sex. How could you ever know what you really truly is doing? Crazy people. Just listen.
It seemed way more staged now at that point. It was more effort. It wasn't just like, here's some screen breakers, right, doing a dance. Like, we're putting effort into making you look a certain way.
Oh, so basically you're going to dance for 10 seconds? After those 10 seconds, the people are going to decide who the winner is. Alright, so dance. Of course, you can show a little bit more if you want. Please don't take your bottoms off. If you want, you can take your top off. You don't have to if you don't want, but if you do, of course, the people are going to make way more noise for you.
The boys.
The boys. Let's go.
And like this now, he just told them how to get more votes. Is if they take off their top.
Then it
If they take off their bottom, motherfuckers
kind of
will go
stress.
crazy.
You know what's going to happen? It was just so many people. It was very intimidating at that point.
So we're going to go right now with the bikini contest. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 girls that are going to dance for all of you. Alright, so we're going to go with contestant. What's contestant number 1? Alright. So, you can read that your name and what you know.
My name is Kitty and I'm from California.
Like I said, copyright. It is what it is.
I just need them to see exactly what I saw. So turn around and do like this. Alright, that's all. Everybody get up for contestant number 1. Come on.
I felt pretty nervous at first, but once the music started going on, I mean, if I hear a good beat, I can dance to it. On one hand, I felt empowered, but then once it was over, he's like, okay, wait, no, come back, like turn around and like squat down, and so that they can see what I see. And I was like, okay, so I did it, but at that time it was it wasn't my choice to do that. He was suggesting that and putting that on me, and that didn't feel natural at all, and that didn't feel empowering to me.
Today's contestant number 1 should be in the final. Contestant number 6.
I know one thing, I can ask this young man himself, because he gonna know, because he living in
Please leave your message for...
he living in this revelation.
Leave the message for T. Jones. Peace.
Just trying to hang on until tomorrow.
What's up, T. Jones? This is old John Northland, you heard me? Mr. Glass is a cold day for you on that Grand Theft Auto, you know how I rock it. Say, dog, I was calling you because I wanted to ask a young person the question about this new revolution of casual sex. I'll back at him and get a chance, homie. 1 and 1. A young person, don't want to really give a good outlook on that there. Peace.
My new website covers all 3 of my careers.
I'm called the boy up. Red. Cowboy Floyd.
You have reached the voicemail box of 50481864644.
What up, old Red? I'll back at me good chance, dog. I got a question to ask you. It's about us and what we used to do. You did. I'll back at me good chance. So like I was saying, people,
Hey, going to the gym later?
I'm watching this new revolution. And this new revolution is the reason why shit is so fucked up.
Bruh, what's up? What the fuck are you doing in Davis?
It's crazy, people. But the truth is, our young people don't have no control. What I mean by have no control, they're so free-hearted to the point where they don't know what that spark is in their hearts, to know what truth is within them, to be so free-hearted with something as special as coming together.
Of course,
in
I'll
mind.
try you again. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
That's supposed to be sacred. That ain't supposed to be something that you're just supposed to be doing because you want the feeling. That's where our young people lost that.
I'll set you up.
They lost that. They just want that feeling. They just want the feeling of having sex. Because they don't know what the truth is to when 2 people come together. Literally come together. Real talk. The truth is the truth. Wow.
The bikini contest was such a testament to our lives. We're standing and being compared all the time and being shamed because our comparison is not, we're not the same.
Whoa.
And it starts even when we're young. When these guys are, they're going through puberty and they have their hormones, and they see these girls on magazine covers who I hadn't even noticed. And then they're like, oh my god, she's so hot. And I'm like, why is she hot? Like, I think she's pretty. Like, what did she like? And I look at her tits and look at her abs. Like, oh my god, she's perfect. I want a girl like that. And then you're like, well,
Hey, sweetheart.
okay. I'm like, all right. And then it just gets worse as you get older, and it's constantly a comparison. And
see, because that's where everything comes in to be so confusing to the children growing into becoming adults. The competitiveness, the constantly competing, the constantly wanting to be first, the constantly wanting to beat the other person out. It is what it is. It's the animal instinct that was embedded in us by people. When you look at what the animals do, and then you look at what you do, you supposed to be a separation from the animals. See, because the animals do what they supposed to do within nature. We are the Creator's greatest creation of all, to be able to be here consciously thinking, knowing the Creator is in us to be creators too. It is what it is when you know what the truth is in you being you. Come on, people. I don't run no race.
The comparison that we're always getting is one look. And I think that's why we're so susceptible to it. That one thing influenced me even now, because I'm constantly thinking back to that one time where I'm like, oh my gosh, she's sexy. How do I get that?
Because when you think about,
let's take a young girl and think about what does it mean that, you know, you're on the cusp of puberty, you're trying to figure out what it means to be female, and you're looking around the culture, and what's coming at you is Beyonce, Lady Gaga, Miley Cyrus, and in comes Cosmopolitan with its help of 10 easy ways to make him remember you. Today, the culture is saying if you behave a certain way, act a certain way, dress a certain way, then you are an empowered young woman.
This, my love, has been the year of the Butte, and you are Miss Butte. Oh, thank you.
You know, you can be sexy and beautiful, and it is very empowering, I feel like, for women. Oh my gosh, look at her butt.
I stop right there and say this to you people. All you women out there, to put yourself out there on a platter like a meal. When you think about a dog, all the dog want to do is eat the meal. The dog don't want the platter that the meal is sitting on. So therefore, if you're going to show everything that you think you are, they're going to take you for what you think you are. If you are just a piece of meat. Because that's all you're doing when you're showing your ass and your booty cheeks. I'm just trying to tell you. It is what it is. How can a man even want to take the time out to get to know you if you want to give him all of your goods first? What can y'all actually talk about afterwards?
What's going on?
Nothing. Because you done gave up all that you really was worth.
So stressed out. You have no idea. This job is killing me.
He don't have nothing really to even much go for.
I'm working with Clay Jackson.
His goal is finished with you once he penetrates you.
Yeah, if I had
It is what it is. That's on you. But why? Why would you give something that's so sacred, being a part of you, to somebody you don't even know? I'm just saying. Common sense, people, but our young people, they don't have common sense no more. All because we taught them to be stupid. Santa Claus eats the bunny tooth fairy. Just telling a kid about that there, knowing that it's a lie.
What the hell do you think
It's
you're doing?
stupid.
What? You for real? I don't fucking... Yeah, what
I personally, it doesn't bother me that she gets up there and twerks in a thong. You know, if you can do it, hey.
Any part of popular culture, in one sense, tells the same story around female sexuality, which is female sexuality is the key component of what it means to be female. You know, an individual image only makes sense in terms of what else surrounds it. If one image by itself, you know, was surrounded then by other images that showed women in a wider variety of roles, there would be nothing wrong with that one image. But when that one image is surrounded by another image that looks exactly the same, looks exactly the same, looks exactly the same, and that is only about one aspect of what women's identities could be, that's when I think these images will then start to take real hold. Because it normalizes the idea that to be a regular girl means to act in this way.
And be looking like that.
Cause I just wanna
See, look at that. You ain't trying to look good for yourself. You just trying to look good to be enticing to another man, but he ain't gonna want you for what's in you. He gonna want you for what he sees. And that's what his body.
You've accepted the belief for yourself as a young girl that my value equates my sex appeal. Then you begin to act on that belief, and you begin to then need to compete and vie for attention from guys and be more noticed and more valued than your other girlfriends that are also beautiful and have sex appeal. So you will do crazy things to gain that attention, to gain that favor, to be sexy enough, because you've equated your value and your self-identity with that.
We're throwing a party today like no other. We got a bikini contest coming up. All these hot ladies are going to be shaking it for you guys.
The other day, I went down there and I danced on stage and stuff, and it was just really fun. It makes you feel like freeing. It's like an attention experience. It's like for a moment you're on the spotlight. I'm up here. Everyone's looking at me right now. I feel good. They're happy.
They're only looking at you for one thing, girlfriend.
Empowerment.
For what they can get out of you. And what they can get into you.
I saw all these girls dancing up there. I was like, I need to get up there. When I got on stage, all I heard was cheers from 500 students. I felt like I was famous. I'm not gonna lie. By the time I was dancing in there, so many boys around me, and I felt like I'm the life of the party right now. Your confidence went down from here, which in portion was already high enough, or it went to up here.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Club La Vila Day Stage Twerking Contest. Make some noise for Crystal from SIU.
I think that women believe that being a sex object is empowering because it makes them feel as though they are wanted and desired. But the idea that our bodies are our value means that we are forever dependent upon men to validate us. We're dependent upon an outside source to say that we are important, to say that we are valuable. So I think women engage in hookup culture because it fits right into this. What's the ultimate way to get validation? It's to be wanted sexually. If someone values you and wants to have sex with you, then for that brief moment in time we feel validated. We feel like we matter. We feel like we have worth.
We all hunger for visibility. This is the human condition. We want to be valued. We want to be visible. Yet in this culture we say to young women, in order to be visible, in order to be noticed, in order to be desired, you have to A, look a certain way, and B, behave a certain way. And if you don't, then you are basically rendered invisible.
Everyone wants to matter. The will to matter is a kind of primal urge that we need to matter to other people. We need to be in society. And if the culture says to girls, this is the only way in which you can matter, it's not surprising that they take on those roles. Because if they don't, then actually you don't matter. If you don't, you become invisible. If you don't, you actually can't have that human connection that everyone needs. And so, that pressure just drives women to take on these roles, even though that may not be what they really want to do.
It all started, I think, the whole sexualization thing started when I was in 8th grade, I believe, and that's when guys started asking me for nude pictures from school, and I was so confused as to why they would ask me for that, and a lot of the time when I wouldn't, they would just lose interest. Yeah. And when you're at such a vulnerable age, oh my goodness, no one's gonna like me, and it's just gonna be awkward, and I'm gonna be known as that girl who didn't do it. So there were definitely a couple instances in which I did send them, and I did get the attention that I wanted, until it came to the point where it wasn't just pictures anymore. It was okay, well, you're sending me pictures, don't be a tease. And I'm just okay. So, I had sex on my own terms, and I did all the things on my own terms, but at the same time, it was so uncomfortable for me, because it's just all these added pressures.
Yeah, that's so true in real my life as well. And I think growing up, on top of being pressured to do things, it's so about pleasing others. And it's what they think about me, especially when you're that young and you're being told this normal. Like I said, I was a little girl looking, I needed something to look like women. And that's what you strive to be. You strive to look like that. And I feel like every girl is having insecurities because none of us look like that. So either way, you're going to find something wrong with you. And it sucks that we have to deal with that day to day.
Hi, so, señorita, your name and where are you from? She's Grandma Hulsa from California. Come on. Oh, yeah. Come on, Nelson. Yeah, let's go, boy. Now, I have a question. Do you want to see her get your top off? So everybody sit! Sit! Come on, sit! Everybody sit! All right, let's go. Come on. 1, 2, and 3. We'll do it at the same time. Come on. All right, you do. Hey guys, come on, you guys. Alright, so let's go now.
For me, they were cheering to stick off my top. And in no shape or form would I ever think to do that. But in that situation, it was very tempting, or I don't know how to explain it. You know, everyone, a whole crowd is screaming for it. And if you're on the border of it, you're for sure gonna do it. Like, I just knew I wasn't going to, and I was even tempted to. So I think that an entire arena basically screaming for you to do one thing, it is very hard to say no. And I did, and I got booed for it, but whatever. I mean, I'm sure if they went on for 5 minutes, I'd probably end up doing it, because you just want to satisfy them and just get them to shut up.
They're asking for it. You wanted to win, right? They already made a lot of noise for you, so let's do it one more time. Come on. 1, 2, 3, go! Come on, go! All right, everybody give it up for contestant number 5.
On the one hand, you have women who have been told that sexuality is everything and is about female bodies satisfying male bodies. And on the other hand, you have boys being told that masculinity is about being tough, it's about being in control, it's about sleeping with lots of girls. When that is all within the context of hookup culture, where sex is separated from relationships and feelings, then with alcohol thrown in, the results are going to be disastrous.
Inherent in hookup culture is the idea that men are supposed to be the drivers in the driver's seat, and they are entitled to women's bodies, and women don't have as much say as men in determining whether or not sex happens. And for a lot of men, they get the idea that all they have to do is push, and some of them, are very planful about it.
If you think about the real messages we send to boys about what it means to be a man, often they're bound up in that sense of power and aggression. And given the centrality of sexuality to our lives, not surprisingly, those messages play out in sex.
You gotta show your fucking tits! What the woo?
So if men are socialized to be sexually aggressive, then it's not a very big leap from consensual sexual activity to sexual coercion of varying degrees, where men are often encouraged to pressure women into being sexually available, even when that girl might not want to.
They have a look to their face. They have a certain look to them that you just know they want to be motivated. Some of them don't look like they want to, but usually the more intoxicated they are, the more likely they are to let you motivate them. It's art. You have to look and you scope them out. It's almost like motherfucking fishing.
And like girls are like pressured into it, like girls that wouldn't usually do it are over there like showing their boobs and stuff.
Girls like to show it off, like they act innocent inside, but they really do like to show it off. All girls are freaks, I think, to be honest. It just takes, you have to get it out of them, you know what I mean?
Oh, what? All girls are sluts. No, girls are nothing but panty droppers. You give them a couple Percocets, Vicodin, and a beer, and the panties drop. It's nice. That's the science.
That woman changed for the rest of her life.
Slut. That's what you are. Sluts, yeah.
You know, some men pushing for a woman's no, right? Like she says no, and he keeps going, and she says no, and I really want him, he keeps going, and you know, that man sees himself as a player. That's how it works. You know, that's what the scripts show me. That's what it's supposed to do with women. And then women who've been socialized into performing for men, and who now have had a couple drinks, guys who pressure them, come on, do it, let's do it. And then guys, when they do that, then the men immediately think that these women are now fair game. Some men feel licensed to touch women and grab women and act on these women sexually.
We're talking about a sexually coercive landscape in which men are socialized into taking sex from women. Women are socialized into capitulating to that as a part of a normal, quote-unquote, social scene. And the terrain on which sex then goes forward is extremely difficult and extremely dangerous, especially for young women. This is a culture in which sexual intrusion has become normalized.
This guy just came up to me and like, hey, what's your name? And started touching my butt, and I grabbed him and I was like, you know, like, no, that's not okay. Out here, there's a lot of grabbing, literally just grabbing your face, trying to make out with you. Yeah. Guys out here, they think they can do anything.
And they're a bunch of perverts. Young ass motherfucking predators. Young ass predators, he's trying to stick their finger in the girl's pussy and shit. Whole bunch of fucking predators.
Trying to like touch me, I'm like, ew, like get off me, and then he walks in and he's like, yeah, fine, fuck you, you bitch. I'm like, you literally came up to me and were like sexually harassing me. Like,
guys ask for permission when they like threaten you?
No, they don't. They're disgusting. He punched him in the face. I punched him in the face. No. My first day here. I hit a guy the other day. I was like, elbow him. He just literally come up behind you, grab your butt. Some rude guy literally sucked my shit. I just went with it. There was nothing much I could do.
Yeah, there was definitely nothing she could do. There was nothing you could do about that.
Then he on that alcohol. car too, roping and grabbing the motherfucking women.
They'll come up to you, they'll grab you in every way, shape, or form. They think that they're entitled to you and to your body.
I told you, man, these motherfuckers need to be filmed and put in jail. I guarantee you, lies to the chain. I guarantee you, lies to the chain. Because I already know them drugs get fucked over when they get some shit like that. That shit ain't funny. It's not funny. Bunch of drunk motherfuckers. But I was young at one time too. But look, see? Took all the brow. She fucked herself up like that. You fuck yourself up like that, girl. Now the mob motherfuckers over and she can't get loose. Wow. But she been drinking. You can tell she been drinking. Look. Dirty dude, dog. They showing you patting on her pussy. They see you patting her pussy. They saw you patting her pussy. Look at that. A fun box. Look at him. Look, bunch of fucking predators. Grabbing the girl pussy and shit. Look at him, look, sticking his finger on our head. Boy, y'all some dirty little dudes, boy. I was young, but I knew when I went to spring break, I wasn't like that. That's nasty.
Because it's not even a spring break mentality. It happens everywhere. I can tell you everywhere. Especially, we have a club back in town called Coliseum. Every time I go into this club, I can count 100% some guy's gonna try and take my clothes off. 100%. Guys feel like, and it's not even, media makes them think that it's okay because women are sexual objects. They're not like people.
MTV, man.
Yeah.
There's a big role in that.
I watched the MTV Spring Break when I was a kid growing up.
Personal, man.
And you watch that, like, I watched that as a child growing up, like MTV Spring Break. And you watch that and you're like, spring break,
not
you
an
can do
animal.
anything you want to.
But seeing a person as an animal, sexual object. Like I said, just a young mind.
Ready? Yep.
They ain't taking responsibility. There you go, policeman.
Well, guys, today we're here to talk about probably one of the most disgusting, repulsive, sickening things that I've seen this year on Panama City Beach, and I've seen a lot of them. Today, we bring a case forward publicly of a gang rape type sexual battery that occurred during the middle of March on the sandy white beaches directly behind the Spinnaker Club.
Wow, gang rape.
Bay County Sheriff's officials are continuing to investigate a video that has surfaced.
An apparent spring break gang rape recorded on a cell phone. There is a screenshot of the alleged assault. It has been blurred.
The video shows hundreds of beachgoers continuing to party, while less than 10 feet away, police say at least 3 men were gang raping an apparently unconscious 19-year-old woman.
They say that her legs are being held down, the police tell us. They say you can hear people saying, quote, "That's nasty," and, quote, "She isn't going to know," end quote.
The visual of everyone there not doing anything about it just shows how permissible it is in our society.
A crowded beach, broad daylight, and this apparently happening and no one doing a darn thing. How is that possible?
How do we explain something like this?
How could this happen?
It go to show you
gang rape
how
in
throw the
broad
fuck
daylight
off the society of our young people
all around this unconscious girl.
It ain't
It's
people,
beyond
that's
my
animals.
comprehension, especially if it was behind one of the super clubs.
This is not the first video we've recovered. It's not the second video. It's not the third video. There's a number of videos where you're covered with themes similar to this, and I can only imagine how many we haven't covered.
This is about something endemic in our culture, both in the spring break culture and on our college campuses, where we have institutionalized binge alcohol and hooking up culture, and at spring break, this is acted out. Look, as the sheriff said, more than he understood, more than he imagined, it's becoming normative. So these kids don't even understand they're engaging in criminal behavior when people are in condition to not even be able to defend themselves.
Our culture and our society and our young people have got to the point where obviously this is acceptable somewhere, and we can wear T-shirts and say save our beach all we want to, but that is not going to restore this girl who was viciously violated by these individuals last month on our beaches.
What are they thinking? Like, what are these guys thinking? And the answer is very simple. They think it's okay.
They think it's okay.
They think that this is what they're supposed to do.
Be dealt with.
This is the party. This is what you do. You have respectable businesses, hotels and restaurants and otherwise respectable businesses who are saying, do that.
Yep.
Let's have this night. Let's do these kinds of shots, right? It's a whole culture that's saying, do this. And so they're just acting out all those things that they've seen in one way or another through various forms of media growing up. They were socialized in our neighborhoods, they were socialized in our high schools, in our communities. And we can sit there and watch that and see this horrific scene. What were they thinking? They were thinking it was okay.
During spring break, sexual violence is absolutely the norm. The strange thing about all of this is this happens every year, and this happens with hundreds of thousands of people in hundreds of cities. The fact that we normalize that and let that happen in a public setting, I think is a clear indicator that we live in a rape culture where we condone this sort of behavior. So when we ask ourselves, why is it that young people are engaging in these things, we have to look at ourselves as well.
Porno.
This is the culture that we've
Y'all trying to let them say pedophilia is okay? No, it's not. You already said that gayism is okay. It's not. It's a form of sexual perversion. Because one thing about anybody that's twisted in that gay culture, you gotta realize they twisted in what the truth is.
What does it mean to be feminine? What is the full range of what it means to be human? Popular culture, men and women are encouraged to be in the world in very, very narrow ways. We need to create a world that's not this narrow box, but there's this whole range of ways in which girls can be girls and boys can be boys.
Not predators.
When you get men away from the banter and the bravado of trying to impress other men, you get a very different story. You get a story of complexity, of self-doubt. Because I think at some level, we all know as men that this conception of masculinity is undermining our own ability to be full human beings. If you really want to be a person in the deepest sense that we mean it, you've got to let go of what we've learned as men, which is to use women for our own sexual pleasure.
Gotta let go of that bullshit.
We haven't challenged men and boys to be better.
No.
We haven't seen men challenge each other to be loving and caring and sensitive and passive and submissive and empathetic and vulnerable. We don't allow other men to be those things. But that's the truth for us as men. We need to be more honest about who we are as emotional, vulnerable human beings.
Thank you. Instead of some motherfucker that just want to get a notch on his belt. I did that when I was coming up.
A 9-year-old boy
if he didn't have to live with these norms that he has to negotiate, if he didn't have to live with that, you know, what would the impact be for him? And he said to me, I would be free. And I said, wow, he's not liberated. So these same notions of manhood that are holding women hostage are holding men hostage. It's important for men to see that it's in our own self-interest to embrace the dignity of women. By embracing the dignity of women, I'm allowing myself to be full, myself to be whole. When I embrace the dignity of women, I'm no longer being held hostage to these rigid norms that define manhood. So when I'm promoting freedom for women, I'm promoting freedom for me.
Yep.
The system is completely and profoundly broken for women. And so it's good for young women to fight to get away from the messages that make us feel that we need to be sex objects and that that's our worth.
Yep.
And to carve out spaces with like-minded individuals where they can explore these ideas of empowerment, what it really means to be empowered, what it really means to have self-worth and confidence, and how you can build that.
I want to put this out there for all young women. Do not believe the media because it's bullshit. They need you to be thin, pretty, tall, gorgeous. But we're so much more than that. Like, you can be sweet, you can be fun, you can be happy. You can become a powerful woman in society if you want to.
It was necessary to grow up, step back, and realize that I was influenced by other people, and that all the decisions that I thought I was making myself were decisions made in the hopes of pleasing someone else or being like someone else. It's kind of sad, especially because right now my sister's 15. And I'm hearing all of us through this. I don't want her to be pressured. I want her to do it herself, and I want her to feel strong, and I want her to make her own choices. I want her to know she's beautiful. I don't want her to base her worth on other people.
See, now you're clear, man. You think it clearly. You think it clearly, girlfriend, because you ain't grown. And you ain't got somebody hollering to show you tits.
I'm just seeing the cycle continue. Baby sister.
In the heart of a woman, we want to be seen as truly beautiful, someone to be treasured and lifted up. And we're hoping, constantly hoping, that someone will not degrade, but treasure who we are, who we really are. And that's at the heart of all of us. We all need to be known, to have human connection, to be seen, and to still be loved in that place. If we're keeping parts hidden or just displaying one thing or compartmentalizing our life, it's preventing us from being liberated in who we are, in our fullness. There needs to be a resurgence in our culture that values humanity, that values a man, that values a woman for their entirety of mind, body, and soul. That process starts with me.
It's fucking
And it starts with you.
I used to do it too. I'm on that. Somebody, he was just sitting me down and told me about this and take time.
Life as a child was full of possibility and freedom. As an adult, I realize how conditioned I've become. how scripted my life feels. In the struggle of growing up, we seem to lose our unique way of being in the world.
Yeah, because it got all the perverted ass shit. Scrambling you up.
Our sense of wonder and imagination is often drowned by cultural expectations and the pressure to conform. Maybe it's time for us to reclaim who we are.
Come on now.
To see each other with empathy.
Come on now.
And to strive to truly be free.
I've been lied to not know what the truth is. You think? In order for us all to be all one, part of one, divine created people. I know what love is. It's what holds everything together. But if it wasn't for love, he wouldn't even have him kill himself.
this is Pegasus Lifestyle Management. How can I help? So your specialty vehicle is available for collection right now. We hope you're very happy, madam. Hello, Pegasus Lifestyle Management. How can I help you? Thank you, madam. Your spectacular aircraft is now ready for you at our nearest airfield.
need a cab as soon as possible. Thank you.
Hello, you're through to Pegasus Lifestyle Management. How can I help? Your beautiful new aircraft is waiting at our nearest airfield. We hope you're very happy, madam. Hello, this is Pegasus Lifestyle Management. How can I help? Great. So it's available for pickup at our nearest location, madam.
Can I get a cab right away? Appreciate it.
What you need, boss? Some wheels? I can bring them round. All right, I'll get back to work. ain't gonna work. I can't bring it right now. I'm on the clock. What you want? Some wheels? I'll get back to it then. You're through to your garage. You, need me to bring you a ride? Okay, I got stuff to do.
MMI, we expect the unexpected. I think we can do that. Hello, this is Morse Mutual Insurance. I can do that.
You calling for some wheels? I'm Johnny on the spot. I'll hook you up. It's coming at you. All right, I'll get back to work.
That was you. That was you came in earlier. Huh? That was you came in earlier. Wow. Oh, today Wednesday, ain't it? No, today Tuesday, huh? Today Tuesday, huh? That must be them dudes with the spray and shit. Must be them dudes that supposed to come spray. That door was locked? She was there. Huh? She was there. She I told you she turning the shit off.